Hello, I'm Chef Raton Laveur, and today I'm going to teach you how to cook your Valentine a romantic dinner. We're going to have Rock Cornish Game Hens, which is just this little bird, and they're rather inexpensive, to tell you the honest truth. I bought two of them for just over $5, and they're really easy to make. I have, see, it's just a little baby turkey is what it looks like. Not really, it's a game hen. So, you got to be sure and wash it. Cold water, you don't want to cook the bird in the sink. Yes, my mother always used to say about my grandmother, give it a massage. My grandmother would do this to all her meat. Wash it really good, get under the armpits, both of them, and now you got to wash the inside as well as the out. If you don't wash the inside, you might as well not even bother, because all you're going to do is kill yourself. Now he's got a little tail here. That tail ain't no meat there, so I just cut it off. Now, this is going to be the easiest area to get in. This is where they open him up to clean him. But you know, them cleaning him to process him and me cleaning him to cook him are two different things. You want to be sure and wipe him down good inside, rub him out good. And there's a secondary reason for that, because you're going to come in and put stuffing in him. Her, it, whatever. Before you ask, no, I don't know which gender this bird was. Doesn't matter. All cooks the same. It's a bit frozen still, that's why I'm having a hard time with it. Remember, cold water, not hot, even if it's frozen. If the water's above 32 degrees, it'll melt ice. It'll be a little slower, but better that than to start cooking your bird in your sink. Now, you've got an opening at the top and an opening at the bottom, and you want the water to be able to pass through clear, because if it isn't, there's something still in the way in there, and that's bad. There we go. Now I got the ice out. Now, one word of warning. This is going to make your fingers cold. So while I'm working on this, here we go. I'm just about done. Why would you make a dinner instead of taking them out to dinner? Real men don't cook, do they? Well, why not? What shows your significant other that you just really like them, other than to put yourself out? And it ain't that hard, honest. Okay, bird's clean. And as you can see, I've already done my other one. So, we're going to stuff them. How does that go in that movie? We're going to stuff you with bread. Don't hurt, because you're dead. Anyway. So, take a little stuffing, spoon it in there. Now this stuffing is something I made. There's no recipe to this. And that's the joys of cooking. I cubed up mushroom, I diced up some onion, and then I used breadcrumbs. Italian style, because it gives it a more flavor. They have more seasonings in them. But you just use some breadcrumbs. And that's what this stuffing is. It's mushroom, it's onion, and it's breadcrumbs mixed together. A little salt, a little pepper. Not much of either, because you know, you got the Italian seasoning to it. So, let's see. Turn this other bird over. Fill him up. Isn't this romantic? Tell you what. But just remember, I'm making a mess here. But my significant other is used to me making a mess here. So, she's over there laughing at me. Anyway, you get the idea. Just cram it in there. Who cares? Got a little left over? That's alright. We'll figure out something to do with it. Now, here's where I get my name. I wash every time, all the time, all through the meal. All through the cooking. A little soap. Why? I just handle the bird. Birds are horrible. Any kind of meat. You don't want to mess around. Hot water, you wash it off before you start handling other things. I'm fixing to handle those breadcrumbs, and then I'm going to have to rub them on that bird. But I got to handle the breadcrumbs, and I forgot to get me out a little tray for them. So I'm going to reuse this one only because it's handy. So, no, I didn't measure it. You saw me. I was a typical man. I dumped it out. Real good, right? Okay. Let's see, where are we? We got a bird, we got breadcrumbs, we got a butter olive oil mix. Well, I don't want to say what that looks like on the screen, but anyway, it's butter and oil, honest. Give your little bird a little butter oil rub down. Here's the Swedish massage. This is the little massage. Give him some oil. And there's a reason for this. There's a method to this madness. I'm not crazy. I'm not just being a weirdo. So you get them covered in oil. And then you take these breadcrumbs. And you just rub breadcrumbs on him. This will give him a little bit of a crust to him. A little surface on that skin. It'll also give a flavor because after all, these breadcrumbs are Italian, they're seasoned. And that seasoning will go in to your bird. So, when it's baked. Now, how do you bake this bird? Okay. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to preheat my oven. And this is not the time to remember that. You take a paper sack, kind of like that one right there. Now my hands are all nasty, so I'm not going to grab it, because it's a clean sack. And you just take a butter, or a butter oil mix maybe, and you rub that sack. Rub it all real good. Get it oily. Now take your bird, shove them in the sack. You know, just like you're going to take him for lunch, work tomorrow. Get in there. Get in there, you ridiculous monster. Okay, once he's in the sack, all nice and secure, fold the top. You don't have to be perfect. I mean, after all, nobody's going to judge you. And put the fold underneath so it keeps it closed. Okay? No problem? Let me get my oven started. You're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees, and I should have done that already. Forgot. I was even going to do it. That was going to be the first thing I did. Forgot. See? I'm not a professional. Chef Ramsay would have fired me. Made me give up my coat. That's terrible. Anyway. So, got the second bird. I'm going to grease him up. Do a good job of it. pull his wings back up. Nothing worse than a bird with his wings all over the place. See? Little bird. And you dust him down. You see my cabinet? You see how filthy it has gotten? Well, I'm fixing to put this bird in for an hour. That's the cook time. You preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You prep your bird, which, trust me, you don't need to preheat your oven too far in advance. If you go to wash your bird and clean them off, I already had one washed and ready. So, you preheat your oven, 400 degrees, you bag up your birds, and you put them in the oven at 375 for 1 hour. Now, are we going to go drink beer and watch football while that bird is cooking? No, we got other jobs to do. It's the way life works, sorry. But trust me, this is an aphrodisiac. For her to come home and see a pretty table, as long as she doesn't see the kitchen, and you set down a pretty dinner in front of her, she's going to love you. She's going to think you love her. Okay, my birds are done. So guess what? I have a wreck. I've got to clean it up. I'm only going to set things out of the way for right now. That's in the future episode right there. I've got plans for you. Now this spoon is a good spoon. I used it to spoon butter.